In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is, I actually reversed the cameras. We're starting in Alexandria, then going to Toledo Bend. Crazy start to things. Yeah, we have a couple of showers out west right now. Had a couple of showers and storms overnight. You might have heard a little thunder out there, nothing too crazy. Up at Toledo Bend, selling fresh shrimp at O'Reilly's. Get up there. Go if you're out there and Sabine Parish, go visit Mr. Steve. Get you some shrimp. All right. Sunny and Rapides Parish. Yeah, we have a few things showing up on radar. Not too much just yet. Let's take a look at the lake, see how things are going out there. That's where I want to be. That's where Mr. Steve is selling shrimp. Not on the bridge, but at O'Reilly there. But yeah, you can see a little ripple to the water out there. Some clouds, a couple of showers and storms in the area. And on radar, not a ton, but yes, there is that one little area of rain right over the camera pretty much there at Toledo Bend. A couple more storms forming up in the Delta region there, up in the Arklamis. Those are going to slide southwestward toward us, and that's going to be the pattern today from the northeast to the southwest. I think we get a few storms and maybe even a few severe storms. Yesterday's coverage was expected to be low. It was. However, if you live around Faraday, you're like, wait a second, we had 2.5 inches of rain. So there are, again, going to be on these days with isolated storms, some of you seeing some heavy totals while the rest of us see nothing. Smoothie King temperature check. 81 degrees, Alexandria. A couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. I think we get storms to pop a little sooner today, so it's going to hold temperatures in place a little bit better. Not too terribly hot, at least as we get those things to fire up in the afternoon. And as usual, gusty winds, outflow collisions, all that kind of stuff happening. And when they collide on a day like this, then you typically get some pretty stout thunderstorm development. And if one of those happens to form right over your town, you could see some brief street flooding, as we have seen a couple of times here in the last month in Alexandria. There's your marginal risk for severe from around Chattanooga back through Alexandria toward the hill country of Texas. Low-end severe threat. Typically, I'll say that the severe threat is non-zero, but today we actually got up to that marginal range. And I think what we're going to see here is storms mainly firing later into the afternoon and evening, but we're already seeing a couple out there, as I showed you on radar. So not even showing up on Futurecast yet, so it's a little bit behind things, but you can see later in the afternoon, scattered storms pop up, and with those darker cores, could be a few significant storms out there. Gusty wind, your main threat. Can't rule out some isolated hail as well. Overnight tonight, still a few spotty showers and storms lingering. I don't think any real severe threat sticks around that far, but of course, we will keep an eye on things. Couple of areas of interest out here in the tropics. This one clearly going to be going out to sea following the Erin path. Erin carved out a path further west that really slowed the process of Erin ejecting to the north, which is happening now, so we're safe on the east coast. But that also helped to pull whatever this is, which it's nothing just yet. It's going to pull it toward the north and eventually to the northeast. And then we have this little guy out here, 40% chance for development, and they're actually running models on that one. So I'll show you what they expect, what the models expect on that here in just a bit. Now, Erin is a huge storm right now. I mean, look at this. The outer band's approaching North Carolina and it's several hundred miles to the southeast. You can see the eye is clearing out once again. But I do see some signs of, a broadening of that circulation, weakening, some dry air getting into the core. So I don't think this is going to ramp up into a Cat 4 or 5 again, but it is a significant hurricane. And here's what Erin looks like right now on the track. Turned kind of toward the north-northwest here. 13 miles per hour is the motion, and the max sustained winds around 100 miles per hour. Putting that in motion, it's going to take off toward the north-northeast and northeast, and eventually it really just hightails it out. Southeast of Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, that area, and then when you're getting up here and you're looking at Ireland and London, you realize, yeah, this thing's moving quickly. So it is going to make a quick exit to the northeast, still going to create some big waves and all that stuff along the eastern seaboard. For Invest 99, really diving south there, and on this one, I'm not overly concerned about it. Basically, I think the conditions get a little less favorable after about 24 hours here, and I don't even know if this thing's going to develop. But if it does, it looks like a low runner here. We'd have to watch that, but it looks like it's far enough south to where it would impact South America before us. So still, no real impact threat locally. I've seen there's some places posting Labor Day weekend, going to be a big hurricane. It's not. You're fine. Keep your plans. I am. Go do it. A&M football game, it looks like. Half an inch to a couple inches of rain over the next few days, so we are going to see some heavy rainfall. in isolated spots. Like yesterday, we saw Faraday with, at least on the radar estimates, 2-3 inches of rainfall. Someone's going to do that again today, and I think, again, we could see a few severe storms out there. And after the next couple of days, rain chances really do fall off. We could actually see a completely dry weekend. It looks like that front's going to get close to us. It's going to bring in some slightly drier air, but we're not going to get that real cool stuff. Up north, Mom's from St. Louis, lives in St. Louis, 72 degrees for a high this weekend, lows in the low 50s. I want to come visit you, Mama. I mean, I love you, but that's gorgeous. Look at that big blue donut up to the north there, and that's going to mean temperatures in the low 70s, lows in the 50s. What a time to be in Branson for Labor Day. If you're planning on that, I'm super jealous. Unfortunately, even if you get a little bit of that blue into Louisiana, that does not mean we're going to see a big refreshing cool down here. We're still looking at highs in the low 90s probably. It's not going to be terrible. I mean, it's not what we saw a couple of years ago when it was 105, 110 every day, but it is still going to be warm out there. And I think we get a few showers and storms to return as we get into September. I think the pattern gets a little active once again, but I don't see anything major that's coming through from the tropics, and I don't see anything that's lining up as some big, crazy, heavy rain event, so that is good. So yes, Mama, she would love to get me up there. I don't know where she is today. I texted her and everything. I guess I'll just go Wordle and don't tell me what it is, and then I'll talk to her later because I have to send her my Wordle right after I do this. All right, I will see y'all back here tomorrow, and if we have any warnings today that are significant, I'll hop on, or Tom will be live later. We'll keep you covered on all the information, and I will see you back here tomorrow.